I've struggled with depression my whole entire life. It's not something you can really explain because everyone has their own individual way of how it makes them feel. It became highly prevalent when I lost my friend when she was 13. She committed suicide, and that was when my parents actually decided I needed to be medicated and needed help.
There were issues in her life that she felt were a bit chaotic, and she wanted to just get in control of those things. Her son was being fostered out, so she had 2 children, but one of them was being fostered with her parents, and how she only got to see him on weekends, but was slowly wanting to make inroads to having him join her back in her family.
I'd been to numerous counsellors and psychologists and everything, and no one really seemed to be able to help. No one really seemed to understand what the actual root of my depression was. I ended up in hospital after having an overdose on Panadol, which was my first attempt of suicide.
So my brother had bipolar and took his own life a while back, and my dad died of cancer, all within the sort of a short space of time. I probably haven't had it as tough as others, but those have been some of the things that have shaped me, informed me, made me to be a more resilient person and independent person.
Teresa's amazing. Pretty much we just meet up for coffee, or we meet up at my house and we just sit there and we talk. It's just that extra support that especially like young mums and single parents and stuff, that when things get really stressful, you need someone to talk to, but you don't want someone talking down to you, and that's what I get from Teresa. She doesn't talk down to me. She doesn't go, well, you're young, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. We kind of talk it out and we figure it out together.
She's at a stage of her life where she really wants to make changes, and part of being involved with Family by Family was to do that, but having someone who is around to chat with, who regularly catches up with you and asks you the hard questions, because the Family by Family link-up's been there, it means that there's someone pushing her on.
So recently, Facts closed the case that we had open for Joseph, and it was the best day that I have had in a very long time. The reason why it's one of the best things is my 6-year-old son, who is in care of my parents. We can now go for custody of him, so I can bring him back home. I've seen a lot of my friends go in and out of rehab, in and out of detox, out of mental institutions. The system isn't working, it's failing so many people. There are so many things that you can do to stop people from killing themselves, and that's why I want to get into counselling and psychology, because I know how it feels, and I don't think anyone deserves to feel like that.